Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to the next adventures here on Transformers War for Cybertron. The next opponent challenge given is from a77 King of Fall of Cybertron originally. I spent a lot of my time out here earlier with Marcus and Endarwinner so I could practice to get in my match with junior girls. But since this request came in now, I could tackle this one, and it's just all the same, it would be another challenge. This was another request for a leader one-on-one or destroyer one-on-one, however you wish to name it. Now, the specifics about the match are what I'm a little curious about and what I'm very confused about, because he doesn't want to use grenades, and so I'm wondering if we're trying not to use the magma frag launcher, or we just can't use grenades from inventory that you usually just drop in the middle of the battle at any time. Considering that he has been on this game a few times, or 12 or 13 times as he previously stated, he should have a general idea about how to explain it a little bit better. Also, this is going to be with abilities, so all the abilities of the leader class are able to be used in this match, and I'm trying to get the idea of the no mines, so the only thing that comes to mind when you say no mines is, like, I know that when the bot says mine on the way, no, just the mines you come with. Oh, okay. So the ones that are in stock that you can drop at any time, those are the ones that you do not want. Alright, that's not a problem. I think if you can just wait, Lord Flame, I'm trying to figure this out. That way you can watch the match. Okay, if I have all this followed to T here, I should know what to do and what not to do. He's already ready. Marcus, you can set us on in whenever you like. I'm going to be here on the side till then.
Deathmatch. Eliminate the opposition.
Okay, I'm still a little confused exactly as to the layout of this match, other than using abilities and not using mine, so I'm just going to play this match out like I usually do. I'm not fighting you, I'm fighting a77, remember? Seriously! Stop. Team Deathmatch and other death matches are available. Go there if you want a fight. If you want to stay here, I can battle you afterwards. It's a one-on... Thank you. It's a one-on-one contest. I'm getting tired of having my matches constantly interrupted because people don't understand. Half the people that still play this game should know better. I would like to think. But I get really annoyed and pissed when my matches keep getting interrupted. Constantly. A77 requested this match a few times earlier this afternoon, and so now that I have the time right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and take the request right now while I'm at the top of my game, more or less. Alright, well this match just got ruined. I'm just gonna have to reset this up. It's not fair to a77. Whatever. No, it's not that the weapon setups suck here, but it's just that they're completely different as opposed to FOC, because you're more used to FOC than WFC, even though this game came first. And I've been telling you that the mechanics are different, but hey, guess what? You haven't been paying attention, so Yay, history lesson. So check this out. Aside from their scout, the weapon setups and the classes themselves are for the most part all splash damage based. So when you go to shoot a weapon or shoot a gun or shoot something in vehicle mode, however you want to look at it, it does, yeah, about 2 or 3 shots. There as opposed to here, because there, for one, they have the whole barrier set up, so you have to take down the barrier before you can even take down the health. Here there is no barrier mechanic, you just go right at the health. It's a lot more straightforward. Now, with the absent-mindedness out of the way, we can hopefully get back to having a good match set up here. At least I would sure like to think so. Also, throughout the match's tenure here that just happened, a77 told me that his upgrades are not all in. Considering that this is understanding that he's at a low level, he's at level 4, about to be level 5, but he doesn't have any upgrades. Like none at all to work with here. So a lot of the stuff that I was using initially for him was all excessively overpowered because it was doing a very huge amount of damage to him at a time. I know. I have a counter idea actually that can help this along so this can still be a fair match. I need him to attach specific equipment. So if he has rollout or rally, I did make the right one in order to give him rollout. For lower level leaders, rollout would be more effective than rally because rally is only an assistant to helping out the war cry boost. But if you don't have war cry used effectively, or if you don't use it effectively to begin with, then it would make more sense for rollout because you might be using the vehicle class more so than using the robot mode. So get lucky, get close to your opponent, run him over for extra damage. Now as for me, as I had stated, is that I'm going to be taking off all of my equipment. I'm going to reduce everything here to the basic building blocks of when I originally had this leader created back at the beginning of last year. I know how I play, and I know that the majority of these upgrades are useful in some situations, however are not generally useful for how I play, so it pays to mix and mesh right now in order to try and give myself as big of a setback as possible. No, we do not start just yet, hang on. Next up here, first aid comes later on, and flak armor, that's the main thing here that's been holding it back for damage, because he doesn't have flak armor unlocked yet. So, I'm going to take flak armor off of all of my classes, that way it'll increase the amount of damage that I take, supposedly, but actually I'm taking the normal amount of damage that a leader would take from another leader class, or from any other damage that does explosion radius type of damage. I will also equip rollout and seeker. Seeker increases the mine seeking radius, so if you do lay out a mine, then it increases the amount of distance that it'll seek out an opponent or something. Let me see here. For here, let me take off duck and cover and flak armor here as well. Equip ion booster, take off this for rollout. Take off first aid, so that way it won't decrease health regeneration delay. Have that equipped. I'm gonna... Weapon stabilizers comes later. That's what allows less sway in the gun. Blaster amplifier allows more ammo in the clip, so I believe more ammo in the clip would be useful, because it's just as if I went to go pick up an ammo clip and I got an extra one anyway. So instead of it being a 200 clip count in ion blaster, it'll be a 300 clip count. Let me think. Rollout, ion blaster, blast amplifier. I have my main ones set so far that I'm going to be using as a substitution for this battle. I will mainly stick to using my layout 2 and layout 3 for Bolt's Prime and for Fusion Cry that I have modified. I'll be using those. Also, I think to additionally give myself a bit of a challenge here, I'm going to be using just one weapon. The Ion Blaster, so to speak. How I use a number of these guns for double plays, it would be a little bit too much still, I feel, so I'm just going to limit myself to just using Ion Blaster. And plus, for me, this will help me in getting better with Ion Blaster since I don't have the weapon stabilizer in order to help reduce the sway, so I have to deal with the full sway. And that's okay. I'm going through all this trouble because I want to make sure this is an absolutely fair and even match. I understand and can respect that a77 doesn't play this game that much like the rest of us, or doesn't play it at all. But with the rules and everything that's set in place here, I believe that victory can truly be up for grabs by either person. This is more or less a fair match on both hands, and it's a fair shake. Let us have a good match, and let us have good fun in the process of learning something that we may not have seen before. After all, it's very rare that good games these days still transpire here on these servers.
Eliminate the opposition.
I'm stuck inside, can't get this done, wish I could hide. This scene is really such a pain. I just can't see how this is any use to me. This work is driving me insane. All I really want is to get away. Can anybody tell me how much longer till I'm done? How much longer? Wanna feel the sun. How much longer? I can't wait. How much longer until I can play that game? It's on my mind. I think I'm running out of time. This wave is more than I can take. That clock is slow. It's never gonna let me go. This time I need more than just a break. All I really want is to get away. Can anybody tell me how much longer till I'm done? How much longer? Wanna feel the sun. How much longer? I can't wait. How much longer until I can play that game? How much longer till I'm done? How much longer? Wanna feel the sun. How much longer? I can't wait. How much longer until I can play that game?
Oh man, not lag. Not now.
Wondering when I can have my time to play.
Shazam-a-lam-a-lams.
How much longer till I'm done? How much longer? Wanna feel the sun. How much longer? I can't wait. How much longer until I can play that game? How much longer till I'm done? How much longer? Wanna feel the sun. How much longer? I can't wait. How much longer until I can? How much longer until I can play that
Another Autobot bites the dust.
wander through this life like a child without a care. Do you fear the things you love? Do you see the things you fear? When the world comes crashing down, do you just smile and say, I am the great pretender? Oh yeah, willing to dream forever. Oh, I'll just float away, let the waves keep pulling me in. I'll just hang out here and watch the world pass over my head, because I still believe in all of the things you said. Oh, all of the things you said. Are you searching for the truth? What all you come across is lies. Someone sabotage your route. All the answers in disguise. When the world comes crashing down, you just smile and say, I am the great pretender. Oh, willing to dream forever. Oh, I'll just float away and let the waves keep pulling me in. I'll just hang out here and watch the world pass over my head, because I still believe in willing to dream forever. Oh, right now, said I am a great, I am a great, I am a great pretender. That all while just float away and let the waves keep pulling me in. I'll just hang out here and watch the world pass over my head, because I still believe in all of the things you said. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right now I say I am a great pretender. Hey, you know that I am a great pretender. Hey, you know what I'm saying is I still believe in all of the things you said. Oh, all of the things
What was that? Yeah, I know. I wasn't really going to say anything, but yeah, I know there is lag because it was here during the last session earlier when WFC was here. But this isn't too bad. I've been on laggier servers. This is doable. But how bad is it for him, though? I wonder. I did not know that. Technically not even circled in on his head, yet it's saying... Oh, never mind. Moves me like 15 miles. It's not a problem. I can just take that off at the end. You're good. It's okay. game. It was definitely different. It's going to take me forever in order to try and remember exactly what the heck I had on all my stuff. I got to try and set it back to normal now. But all in all, good game. And also, yes, for those that were paying attention, that is the actual score here, because I don't know how exactly, but I had a kill indirectly off of Marcus, which resulted in the 1 extra point. So take that off, it is 9 to 10. Between the confusion of the weapons and the lag, I'm kind of glad this is done. That lag was holding me back at a lot of points, which I'm sure it was him too. Also, what a77 learned here today is that it's not really that difficult in order to play the game here as opposed to what it is you're generally accustomed to, being that it's completely different mechanics. But if you take the time to learn the game and learn how to build the correct perks for your outlines, you'd be surprised how quickly the gameplay goes from being difficult to then being steady.